So GS may have messed up. They made a character that allows you to have, theoretically, infinite arts. And the thing that's crazy is that they're not using arts generation to do it. Well, technically they're not, but it is a form of arts gen, and it's through the use of BE. If you guys haven't heard of Dan yet, Dan is absolutely insane. Of course, this isn't her full name because her real name is Dentalia. I'm not going to be saying that 24/7 because I'm definitely going to get tongue-tied eventually. Oh, and by the way, she's a dragon. So you know instantly I'm already liking this unit more than most other characters that's released in the past 3 months. But the way how this unit is giving you infinite art gauge is through her analysis stacking. Analysis is a unique debuff that she actually applies, and it can stack up to 10 times. Each stack of analysis gives you more enemies BE generation by the number of analysis stacks times 50% up to a maximum of 500%. You also have the additional effect of every time you kill an enemy with analysis, they drop 100 arts worth of BE. What does this necessarily translate to, and if you're using someone like Dan? Well, if we look here, this is a Japanese player using Dan in the trading stage. This is the team comp they're going with. Lysistina, Fire Orville, Dan, Star God. Pretty simple on the surface, right? But as you see here, it is infinite amount of BE. There's so much BE being generated, you can't even see when the first wave of BE disappears because the next wave is already there. And all this feeding in just keeps their arc gauge at full. I know he's not using it, but you'll see whenever he does use Orville or Lysistina's True Arts, they instantly jump right back to maximum, which this is a very cool gimmick. Notice I said gimmick and not like the new meta or something like that. In truth, the trading stage has easier BE generation than most other stages in the game, since in the training stage they want to allow you to be able to stack as much arts gen, BE, damage, whatever the case may be, to really test out your characters and see how far they can go. Compared to a normal stage that usually has challenges, mechanics, or certain kind of gimmicks that they want you to play through to be able to beat it. It's kind of like these challenge stages are supposed to serve as like little puzzles that you as the player have to determine how to beat. So what you're seeing here is not something that I would say is impossible in like a normal stage, but it definitely won't be to the same level. I think that you can absolutely make a team comp where Dan is like the main source of arts generation and see how far that takes you. The only issue relying on Dan is that BE is a bit random. And what I mean by that is that whenever you generate it, you don't really get to pick where the BE goes. The BE is just going to fly into any character that it can, which means some characters may get absolutely cucked and not get any BE, while other characters get way too much BE that they can't even use it all. Whenever they went to make this character, I don't think they really cared about all that. They just wanted to make something that was new, a little fun, and really shake up how some players play, especially more, I would assume, vet players that have been using the same kind of team comps for years. They're like, let's make a unit like this and see how well it goes. And I would say so far, just design-wise, it's going really good. Community-wise though, well, people always are bad apples. This unit got met with like the same pessimistic negativity that majority of characters get met with, especially if they're not like the brand new meta. People calling her mid or bad or like just an absolute skip right out the gates and nothing more. Which is just something that I've been trying to work on myself, especially when it comes to GS, because I've been playing this game for damn near a decade at this point. I look at characters like this and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, well, they're cool gimmicks that you can try out and test and see if you can make them work. And it brings a bit more joy and happiness to the game than me using like the same basic team comp that I've always been using. This is one of the reasons that I like characters that come out that require you to do different things in order for you to actually fully utilize them. This is another reason why I like Menace so much, is because to pilot this character, you have to keep track of a lot of different stuff if you want to get like the full use out of her. Of course, you can be kind of brain dead with it and probably just instantly refresh like one equip over and over. But I like trying to play a bit more strategic and think about how I can utilize this character to the fullest so we can do as much damage and work as possible. Even a character like Orville D, where a lot of people are saying he's absolute garbage and people don't like him anymore and he's too old, I personally really enjoy this character because the way he's generating arts is a bit different. I have to get him to that super art to be able to use equips so he can just spam for days. And I also feel cool using him. I mean, he is like a god king after all, which just sounds cool. The point that I'm trying to make here is that GS has so many units in the game now. We're almost a decade in on the Japanese side that a lot of characters feel very samey when they release. Most characters have built-in arch gen or arch generation over time, some kind of big damage buff, maybe somebody has damage mitigation here and there, or crit chance, or whatever. You guys get it. And whenever I see someone come out that's even a remotely different, it gets me a little excited because I'm like, wow, I can actually play test with this character and try different team comps and everything else. Homura was a character that I thought was very samey, but then once I started using her, I was like, wait, let's use her with Halloween Forte. And Homura is a lot of fun to use and a bit more useful than just being an actual attacker. She's providing that equip CT that she provides to the team is actually insane. Like, hell, I'm pretty excited to mess around with Henrietta whenever she comes around. Not really because of like her being broken or anything. I mean, Freed is there, which is cool, but it's mainly just because the kit is a bit different and I want to see what I could possibly come up with this, or if I see someone else make a cool team comp with her, I want to try it. The point that I'm getting at here is that not every character that releases needs to be absolutely meta breaking or a character that just is rivaling other meta choices that we already have. I think characters that come out that are a bit more gimmicky, that are a bit more fun to use, that spice up the gameplay loop just a little bit, is very good for the game and very crucial. And everybody who's meeting these releases with tons of negativity or whatever, I think it's fine for you to have your opinion, but you also have to realize that if you don't want to summon for the character, you don't have to keep bashing them 24/7. Just be like, hey, I don't think the character's that good. I'm not going to summon for them. If anything, it's beneficial for you as a player if they release a unit like this, because then you can just skip and save more crystals for the next character you actually want. Either way, that's all I gotta say about this. I just wanted to rant a little bit and talk about the cool stuff Dan can do, while voicing some of my frustrations that I see with the community whenever a character like this comes out, or damn near any character and they instantly call them mid. You guys tell me down below how you all feel about the new character. Do you like her or do you not? You already heard my opinion, would love to hear all of yours. Oh, and one more thing before you all leave, don't forget to drink water.